and the rest of the station because the hatch is closed and the module is shut down. I suspect that that damaged array probably would not be usable, but that's speculation on my part, and we don't have any word from the Russians on their estimate. As far as any other debris, we don't know of any. We've got our folks looking at you know, the two spacecraft that are up there, and they are still fairly close together, but we don't see anything else in the immediate vicinity that would be a threat to the station.
This is Frank Boring with Aerospace Daily. Does the power shortage have any impact on either attitude control or life support?
Yes, it does, and that's what they're working right now. The reduced power resulted in them shutting off some of the thermal control system and some of the life support hardware. There's nothing wrong with it, but it is a power-saving technique. They also saw reduced power in the batteries, which resulted in the gyrodowns slowing down, which are the attitude control wheels. So they've shut them down, and they're going to point the station using reaction control system jets more efficiently towards the sun, recharge the batteries fully, and then start bringing things back online, as they've done before in the past several times whenever they had a low power situation. So this part of the drill they've done many times, and they know very well. It's just a matter of slowing the activities on the station and bringing things back on in an orderly fashion.
Earl Lane with Newsday for Jerry Lininger. I'm just wondering if you could talk a little bit about what it would be like or will be like at 50% power just for the crew on board. I mean, what will their daily life be like for the next week or two?
I'm sure over the next week they're going to, you know, keep the lights down low, and you basically, as Frank was saying, you try to just power everything off that's possible. You've got a big enough volume remaining that oxygen levels and things like that don't become a big concern. Probably the bigger concern is the CO2 rising up if you can't keep activating the CO2 scrubbers, or if they become less effective because of the heat. But I think generally the crew will be in a kind of a slowdown mode and try not to generate or rev up your metabolism very much of the people, because you do have consumables there. And if you need more oxygen, you need to power on an oxygen system, for example. So I think it'll be a darkened station, kind of a darkened ship, and operating at being very careful before you turn anything on.
We're going to move down to the Kennedy Space Center. There are quite a few reporters down there. If we have time, we'll return to headquarters for follow-ups. Let's go to KSC.
This is Todd Halverson of Florida Today for Jerry Lininger. I'm wondering if you can discuss how difficult this might be mentally for Michael Full. I mean, seems to me he's lost his bedroom, his toothbrush, his clean clothes are all locked up in Spectre, and it sounds like he isn't going to be able to busy himself too much with scientific experimentation. Can you just tell us how difficult this is going to make his tour of duty?
I think short term, Mike's going to be very busy. As a member of the crew, he's going to be working very hard to try to recover what can be recovered. As far as personal gear, you know, clothing, things like that really aren't important. I know when they asked me what I really wanted to bring back, there was really nothing that of any concern. Your clothes, you wear them, you throw them out after a week or so. And so I think Mike, as far as that goes, will be just fine. But he's going to be very busy working these systems and trying to improve the situation up there.
This is Marcia Dunn of the Associated Press for Frank. Representative Sensenbrenner in Washington says Dan Golden is telling him that a second module has been closed off because of depressurization. I'm wondering if you've heard anything about that report, and in your mind, how long could the Mir stay safely in orbit? How long could the crew stay in orbit if things remain as is?
As far as the second module, there's only one module that's closed due to depressurization with the hatch closed. However, that module was powering several other places in the station, either partially or completely, and one of the modules that was powered directly by Spectre was the Crystal module, which is located on this end of the station, and that's been shut down from a power standpoint, though it could be theoretically recabled and powered back up if necessary, but that's probably not a high priority at this time. As far as how long they can remain in this situation, the Russians are analyzing that now. I suspect it could be quite a while, depending on the level of activity, as Jerry